It is that time of the month again. The Council of Jeremys has returned. And with us today, I am your host, Proper Jeremy. And with us today, we have some very special guests. We have Spartan Jeremy over in the UK. What is up? This is where you say hello.
Things are pretty good. I've got my +1. You may feel free to call him Gandalf, Brian Blessed.
Brian Blessed, that's that one, yeah.
Or the British Hillbilly.
Yeah. Yeah.
We'll call you the British Hillbilly. All right. Good to see you once again. And also from the UK, fan favorite, Force Ghost Jeremy, rocking that hat.
Thank you very much. Hello and welcome to another video. And today, we're just going to talk about anything and everything. So.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. When don't we talk about anything and everything?
Yeah, just keep it clean.
Right. And we have a newbie here. This is a first time Jeremy appearing. It is Helpful Jeremy. Let's see if we can get him right here. What is up, man? He doesn't have an avatar right now, but it is Helpful Jeremy, the one who is running against Leia's dog, the dog in an election. I have no idea how this even started.
Vote for me. Vote for me. People in the comments, vote for me. Come on, I need more votes.
Anything else you want to say?
Well, first time here. All average white males. Pretty impressive. A lot of diversity.
Representation.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's say hello to the chat before we get started here. Ryan Bush is here. He says, Jesus, how many Jeremys are there now? Over 300. Over 300. Miss Sarcastic Nerd is here. Says they're taking over. Yes, we are. Spartan Jeremy is here saying over 9,000. We have Butterfingers in the chat. Hello there. Chucky Wookie is also here. He says, good evening, everyone. I'm a little drunk, but I'm here. Well,
Mary's here.
Well, who else? Who isn't a little drunk for the Council of Jeremys? He says. He also says, bought my tickets for Universal and Disney World today for next year's family vacation. So a little excited. All right, dude. All right. That's going to be a lot of fun, man. It's going to be a lot of fun. I remember going to Disney World and Universal in Orlando. They were awesome. One of my favorite theme parks ever. Robert Pearson is here. He actually did build that R2, so go check out his videos with him testing out R2. It's super cool. He says, hello there. I've never been before the Council of Jeremys before. Is there anything I should know? I respond, all you need to know is that there will be a lot of Jeremys. There are a lot of Jeremys. We only have 6 on
Papa Jenny, by the way.
No, here. Leave. No, I couldn't have you be gone forever. All right, here we go. Anyways, so Mary Mayhem is here. What is up, Mary? How you doing? She says they're going to be yes, it is Mary Mayhem indeed. Going to be rotating Jeremys proper sometimes. Yeah, whoever wants to pop in, all the Jeremys have the links, so they're more than welcome to come in. Ruthie is also here. What is up, Ruthie? How you been?
Ruth.
I said Ruthie. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yes, it is Ruth. Oh, you weren't correcting me. Okay. All right. What is up? Chucky Wookie also says, hey, Robert, get ready for this. These guys are cool. Pick a topic, any topic. I'll bet there is a Jeremy that covers it. Probably. We're going to cover a lot of stuff. I'm going to hand it off to Spartan Force because they have not really they haven't been on a stream in a while. We've been on a 5-week hiatus. So yeah, something like that. It's been a while. So they probably have a lot to say about what's been going on the last 5 weeks. And Mary Mayhem says, make sure to hit that like button, people. Yes, make sure to hit that like button. Smash that melee button, as Jeremy would say.
Hit that like button.
Yep. Thank you, Chucky Wookie. Stone Cold Jeremy says, hey, everyone, just stopping in for a like and saying hi, got to head to work. Have a great year. Well, great seeing you, Stone Cold Jeremy. Great having you as always. Let's see if I'm missing someone else. Wookie Lives Matter is here. How you doing, man? Moira Lacey is here. Hello, everyone. Hello. Comrade Commodore. Oh yeah, good to see you there. Not Cobra Commander. Tubian 323 is here 2 minutes late. Unacceptable. No, don't take back that. Just kidding. No, you have to go full. You have to go all in. Oh my gosh, this guy's chugging a 2-liter of Coke. Get out of here.
Yeah, Coke as well.
I'm just gonna boot everyone at this point.
It would just be the Papa Jeremy show. And that'd be it.
Everyone leave! Out!
Peace.
That's
Oh,
fine. I've got
leave.
screen, so, you know, I can-
And the Mr. Pete channel needs 700 subs. What is up, Mr. Pete? How you doing? He was on the first Council of Jeremy, so welcome back, man. Teresa Martin is here. She was waving hello. Hello.
Does Mr. Pete still needs 700 subs, or is his name just stuck like yours was the other week?
I think he's still on his way to 700 is from what I remember. Anyways, let's get on. So this came from this first one came from this story. Came from Spartan Jeremy. I don't know exactly how this came to be, but I was very fascinated by it. So apparently, female students are locked out of school in the UK for not wearing gender-neutral outfits.
No.
Gender neutral.
I haven't read through this yet, so let's take a look. The world is going insane, one woke policy at a time. This story comes to us from the UK, where a school in East Sussex, I have no idea where that is, decided they needed to ban all gendered clothing in order to not offend the sensibilities of transgender students. Isn't all clothing like gendered? Like I don't know. Like aren't they all supposed to be just for? I don't.
There's a really interesting
All
point.
clothes.
There's a really interesting point. I think it was Dave Chappelle rose. Right, if you're transgender, right, you were once. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. It was the. Is it the Amazing Lucas? It was he. I watched the video he did. Is it so? Say you were male and you decided you want to be female, so you're now female. And vice versa. If you were female, you want to be male, you're now male.
Yeah, like
You're
I
not
mean,
one-
you would
you're
just.
you're not one or the other. You're male or you're female. So you've decided to change from one to the other. So really, it doesn't matter, because if you've decided you want to be female, you'll wear female clothing, and vice versa. If you've decided
You would
you're male,
imagine.
you'll wear male clothing. So how is it gonna offend them?
Yeah, what are these rules? Who are they for?
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah. How are you going to be offended if they just say wear the clothes that you want to wear? Because
Right.
of the gender you've decided you want to be, what's the problem?
I don't know what the problem is.
No, it's bizarre. But
That meant girls would have to wear pants at all times. If that sounds, but that sounds ridiculous. It's because it is. So no shorts. Nobody can wear shorts. That's not cool. It's not cool. It's hot in the summertime or sometime during the year. I imagine when it's hot.
you do wonder if the people that come up with these rules have actually spoken to anyone who's transgender and actually asked them, are you
Actually
offended
spoke
by
to
it?
anyone at all? Do they speak to people?
Yeah, they'd be offended on behalf of other people, and they've probably not even actually spoken to them to say, are you offended by this? And they'll probably go, no, not really.
Oh my god! But this though is hilarious. I just gotta point that out.
They're assuming they're assuming that that's what they think. The problem is that one person would say one thing, and they'll go, "Oh well, if that one person says that, then that must be the complete answer. If one person doesn't like it, everybody doesn't like it, so we'll change it for that one person, assuming for everyone else." That's
That's a very good point. Very good point indeed, Gandalf. The school decided the best course of action was to literally lock the gates and not allow girls who had skirts on to enter the school at all.
What?
Yeah. So this went to a whole other level. Okay. So they said the best course of action, guys. This is the best course of action. This is the best out of all the solutions we come up with.
Mhm.
This is the best that we could come up with. We must lock the gates and not allow girls who have skirts on to enter our school or to come on our the premises. No, just
Is it-
they're gone. They will not allow girls. That's
They've gone from
that was
offending no
discrimination.
one to offending everyone, basically.
It's disgusting. They're
Is
just
that discrimination?
so sexist. These
To be
people. These-
completely honest, it gets worse than that, but we can discuss that in just a minute.
Oh yeah, so it gets worse. Oh, let's hear. That boiled into a protest of over 150 kids. Like you know you fucked up if you are having students beg to come back to school. That's when you know that you've done something wrong. So a huge crowd demonstrated with banners outside Lewis Priory in East Sussex, demanding the school reverses its gender-neutral policy banning girls from wearing skirts. Okay, so it's just banning girls from wearing skirts. So
you know what they should do? All
do
the boys should come in the next day wearing skirts. See what happens.
right. Well, you know what happened? They didn't allow them in. They locked them out.
No men.
It
Men
gets
are not
worse
allowed.
than that.
Oh, but many. Oh no! Let's hear this. But many students found they couldn't attend classes on their first day of term after teachers closed the main gates when the crowd gathered outside. The demonstration comes after the school announced in 2017 that all students were required to wear trousers after concerns were raised over the length of skirts and to accommodate transgender pupils. Okay, I'm not even sure. Okay, so I don't even. They just threw in transgender just because they already wanted to do that because of the length, and they also said, oh, there are trans people too, so we'll throw that in. So they have to do it.
Why didn't they just say the skirts have got to be a minimum of this length? Full stop.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It says, I'm not even sure it's fair to blame transgender students here. I don't see any evidence anyone was even complaining, and it would be incredibly stupid to complain about girls wearing skirts just because someone has delusions about their own gender. There's not even a real connective factor between those two things. Okay, well, that's their opinion. Okay. Yeah, sure. I'm trying to get to more facts, but the smacks of woke. It's very woke. Worldview of equality.
Wokeness.
Yes, it may also simply be an excuse to ban short skirts because they didn't like them. That's exactly what I think this is, based on what I've seen. Okay, and there's video that we will watch. No, I want to watch it. Okay. All right.
What?
Wow. Okay. All right. That's just footage. Like they actually are wanting to. They're literally were locked outside of the school. Wow. That's wow.
Over a skirt?
Yeah, over wearing skirts.
Isn't that discrimination? Probably.
Yes, sure. But
we at the Council of Jeremy's don't allow discrimination, do we?
well, maybe against Anna's, but that was a long time ago. That was a long time.
That's not a council thing. That's just a you thing.
Yeah, it is a me thing as well. Is there someone else in here? Okay, no, they're not. Okay. Welcome to 2019. This kind of thing can't last, can it? Or perhaps it can. I'm seeing absolutely no recession from the scourge of wokeness across Western politics. Dave Chappelle's recent special was a great warning shot, but all that will result from that will be his cancellation from from polite society. Well, the U.S. isn't quite where Europe is on political correctness. Oh, jeez.
This is gotta be a joke.
We're quickly closing in and seem to be accelerating much faster. 5 years ago, Europe was like another planet. Today, we are mirroring them more and more. I hope some catalysts reverse this. If not, nothing good is going to result from society's ability to coexist as a whole. Oh my God. Okay, so Spartan, since you brought it up.
Oh, you hand it to me.
Yeah, go ahead.
Cool. Right.
Because we've known each other for it's been over a decade now. Over a decade now,
yeah.
We went to a school very similar to this, which is literally right down the road out that window.
Yeah.
This is not an isolated incident, as Cameron will tell you right now, it is far worse than the instances that are actually described in that article.
Right, so where do I begin? Basically, the problem that Bideford College, that's the name. I'll give the name of the school out, Bideford College. You can look it up, see what you think of it, but that's it. From what I've known and from what we knew, what they tried to enforce to us when we were there, and that was, what, a decade ago.
Mm-hmm.
They tried to enforce certain protocols of the school, but because it was such an old school, they couldn't enforce it properly. Then they knocked it down and built a brand new one, said it was going to be the new future of schools and it was going to be amazing technology. Wow. Then they put security locks on doors.
Mm-hmm.
They put security locks on gates. They put security locks on class doors. They were going to put security locks on toilets. And you need a special card to get in to those doors. Or the front door, the front gate. If you were late, which you are to this day, you have to wait outside or in the reception area or in the halls. You can't be let back into your rooms until the class ends. So when the class ends, the doors will open. But you will be taken to the headmaster's office to basically be asked, why were you late to your class? Why were you late to come to school? Why were you in the toilets? Then
Wait, people are asking, why were you in the toilet? I don't know. Somebody was giving me a swirly, perhaps. and then it's their fault. That is victim blaming. That is victim blaming right there.
Nowadays, just from our school, the schools in this country have become prisons. You are literally locked.
You are locked. You're locked in the classroom.
You're locked inside the school. If you don't get in time, then you've got to get in early as well.
Yeah.
If you don't get in on time, you're locked. You are locked out of the school.
Yeah.
You're essentially locked inside the classroom until the class ends. The dress code is extremely strict. You talk about the
skirts only for girls.
Yeah.
For boys it's totally different. They do it to the boys now as well. Obviously, there's always been a thing, makeup, jewelry, and so on. But religious and beliefs and so on like that, and faith in some things is pretty damaging to a kid when you say you can't wear that, you can't have that, you don't have the right to wear that, and they've been told you're not allowed to wear the cross around your neck.
You're not allowed to wear anything associated with any religion.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really strange. Before we go much further with that, Robert Pearson asked, did you hear about the UK school that wouldn't let boys wear shorts in the early summer heat? So a big group of boys got together and wore skirts as it was still uniform.
A couple of years ago.
What?
Yeah, they worked around the rules, and they were like, well, we can't wear shorts, but there's nothing to say we can't wear skirts. So
yeah, and it was really hot. So what other option did they have?
Yeah. Now, of course, skirts have been removed from the uniform.
Yeah, well, not fully from the uniform yet. The problem is, only some schools are following that basis of the law that they should ban all skirts. Because the problem is, skirt lengths have changed over the years. They started below the knee, then they started getting higher and higher and higher and higher. I remember I was in school and girls' shorts, they were literally like elastic band. That was it. It was like an elastic band thickness. And I was like, okay, cool, great. So, that's the new fashion. Cool. I'll just come in my thong next time. So, it's perfectly normal. But they've been trying to get the skirt sizes to a normal length. Now they're saying they can't do that. Now they're saying it's for the transgenderial thing. And it's not. It's because they want a school run how they want a school run. They don't want to come in dress differently and look differently with makeup on and hair gel and earrings. They don't want that. They want a school. You look like a drone.
Oh, what about hijabs?
Yeah.
You are not allowed to wear anything associated with any religion.
Or not just religion, your life. You're not allowed anything of your life.
Oh yeah, you're not
Yeah.
allowed necklaces. You're not allowed rings or any of any kind.
There was something back in the day, a couple of months ago.
It's
a young
ridiculous.
boy-
That's really ridiculous. Biden Touch says, I wear a skirt while I put on makeup and talk to a picture of Proper. Well, that's odd.
No, the thing I wanted to say about it getting worse, it's a case of it's like, what was it? You're not allowed. What is it? It's males and females.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to wear any kind of trainers or whatever. If you accidentally wear the wrong kind of shoes or what have you, you're forced to take them off and walk around barefoot until you can get the proper dress code. But what I wanted to say about it is that they talk about skirts in that article, but as well, you're not allowed to wear makeup of any kind if you're a woman as well. You're forced to remove it, and if you complain, you are sent home and you are marked as being absent for the entire day.
Yeah.
So you're given a warning, if not a fine, for that as well.
Oh, wow.
That's
Yeah.
stupid.
This is one of those times when I can say America is actually better off than the United Kingdom.
Oh, wow.
They
Nice,
are getting worse.
not so subtle jab.
Well, at least we don't get shootings in schools now. So.
But they're doing it with the hair. They're doing it with hair now. If there was a girl.
Okay. All right. So there is. Okay. So there's something that I don't know how many people watch Empire, but a lot of people do. They did keep up with that Jussie Smollett story. Just a quick reminder: he faked a hate crime, and it was like the dumbest thing ever.
Dave Chappelle had a great take on it.
So yeah,
Smollett. Smollett was it?
Smollett. Yep.
Smollett.
So his character on
French actor.
Yes, the French actor. You watched the Chappelle stand-up bit, didn't you?
Of course I did.
Who didn't? Were you? Yeah, his character on Empire was written off, and he's staying on a different continent.
Good.
So,
Surprise.
I'm just curious. While you're writing him off into a different continent, could you take Jussie Smollett with him, please? We don't need this kind of shit here. Go. I don't know. Just we have enough problems. We don't need that. We don't need that problem. That the whole faking hate crimes it's just disgusting. If that is true, it is as of now considered alleged. So just to clarify.
Well, that's like Johnny Depp's other half. Is it Amber Heard? Do you remember?
Oh my God!
A lot of it's come out now that because they were blaming Johnny Depp for being the bad one in the relationship, and it's now turned out that it was the complete opposite.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
Oh,
when it all went to court, it was like because isn't she involved in the whole Me Too movement and everything, and it was all kind of revealed that she was basically bullying Johnny Depp for the whole time.
Stevie J Reviews, he's here. Welcome, man. Good to see you here.
Ooh.
He says they tried to ban the Australian flag being raised in Aussie schools.
Seriously?
That sounds like something America would do.
Yeah.
I think that's already been done at some schools. I'm sure it's happened. Wow. Oh wow. Caitlin, the keeper of the Jeremys, is here.
Caitlin.
There we go.
Good job, Caitlin, by the way. I know you've handed over the reins now, but well done on the job that you were doing.
Yes, fantastic job. Good to see you here. Good to see you here.
I got up long before you did.
Okay. Stevie J Review says Dave Chappelle has the best take on this. Oh yes, he does.
Yes, he does.
He does. It's hilarious.
That was definitely a breath of fresh air when I watched that. it's something that I think we've needed for a long time. Someone famous to come out and just say it as it is. Say what everyone else thinks. And end of the day, just jokes, aren't they? And they're not meant to be serious.
Yeah, I mean,
he takes, he takes the Mickey, as we say, out of everyone, not just the individuals. There are some comedians that would just pick on Trump, for example, and no one else. But he just picks on. He picks on everyone, makes fun of everyone, and that's fine. That's what comedians should do. Just make fun of everyone, and
yeah. Isn't that what equality is about?
Yeah,
being able to have an equal opportunity offender just go at it. Like if they're a comedian, come on, like give them that opportunity. Don't bring chains on them and say like, no joking about this, no joking about that. It's
only alt-right jokes. Alt-right jokes.
Right. Only Trump jokes. Those are acceptable. Mm-hmm. We like those.
I laugh at those.
We like those.
Everybody, we're talking about it all.
It is just it's so annoying. CT5555, call me fives. I think you're new here. I haven't seen you around before. He says hashtag justice for Juicy. That's already happened with the Juice. He is now on Twitter saying, hello, Twitter world. He is now out of jail. Talk about the Juice. Yeah, so we already have justice for the Juice, if that's what... I know what you meant. Is this true? Or the UK's biggest issue right now is a knife crime?
There's a lot of knife crime, especially with sort of teenagers and younger people.
It just goes to show, even if you remove the guns, the problem's still there.
There's still the gang violence, but here obviously guns are banned over here. People can still get hold of guns on the black market, but it's obviously nowhere near as rife as it is in the States. But it's the thing. You take away guns, well, you just find knives. If you ban knives, people will use screwdrivers. If someone is that way inclined, they're going to find a way to be violent. And there's more things in our society that you need to change people's mindset. That especially the way some parents bring up their kids. That you've got to teach them these things are wrong. I mean, when I was coming up as a kid, not once did I think, I'm going to take a knife out to defend myself, or no. You get in the odd fight in school in the playground, but it was like saying out of Bridget Jones' Diary, when they have the fights in that. But not once did anyone bring out a weapon or hit someone with something. But now it seems that nearly every teenager is carrying some kind of weapon or a knife. Sometimes a lot of them are not because they're violent people, because everyone else is carrying them. They want to defend themselves, because that's when then the problems happen. Is that people pull out knives and then someone else pulls out a knife, and it gets worse.
That must be ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's a trap. It's a trap production, says leaving a like and showing my respect to the High Council of Jeremy's. Well, thank you, Trap.
Oh.
Nice to see you drop a like.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, Caitlin is going to have to change your name. Yes, you are.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Unless you get into that.
Jeremy's.
Oh yeah. Just keep it forever. Yeah.
It's Trap has been playing Star Wars: The Old Republic lately. So if you want to see a game that takes place back when Star Wars was good, you might want to give them a watch every so often.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? Star Wars is good right now, as Disney says.
Point to them, yeah.
Boo!
But one piece of good news: the Star Wars games that are coming out on the Switch and is it the PS4? The old Jedi Knights games are coming out, released. So they used to be awesome. Okay, the graphics aren't up to today's standards, but they were fun, playable games in a relatable universe. Yeah,
it's kind of like Battlefront 2. Like, it doesn't have the best graphics, but it's still one of the best Star Wars games I've ever played.
By the way, if you're just joining us, welcome to this time of the month, the Council of Jeremy's, and also remember to hit that like button. Also, I have a little surprise for the end of the show. If you've been paying attention on Twitter, you know what's going to happen. So
please tell me you're wearing pants.
No. We're going to leave that a mystery. We're leaving that a mystery. But
I've been paying attention, and I still don't know what's going on. So
Yeah, you're going to be in for a nice surprise. By the way, if you know what it is, people on the panel, shh, don't say it. If you figure it out, but just type it in the private chat. That's on here. All right. So, by the way, Drunk 3PO is here. What is up, Drunk 3PO? He says,
Where's Chunk R2?
he says, Kutch love proper J. Well, Kutch love to you too, Drunk 3PO. He says, the fat thumbs strike again. Yes, they do. On your keyboard. I see. It's all good.
That's cool.
We all make mistakes. Mr. Pete channel, he is drunk right now. Biden touch to sound something I don't know exactly.
That's to count.
Biden touch. The hand emoji. That's all you need is the hand emoji, and that's it. It's fantastic. He says, I can't imagine moving abroad, then insisting the host country flag come down. Oh yeah, seriously. That would be ridiculous. Oh, CT117 is here. He's a big fan of the channel. Says, what are we talking about today? Oh, we're talking about a lot of stupid today. We're just letting it fly by. We're just shooting the breeze. We're going to be talking a little bit about Star Wars a little later. Also, there's going to be, once again, a big surprise at the end of the show. You don't want to miss it. The Memes of Destruction says, hey, guys, what's going on? Not much. We're just sitting here chilling with you lovely people. We got over 20 people watching. Thank you so much. Feel free to hit that like button and show some love in the chat. We're going to be reading off some of it. All of humanity will be lost if we cannot laugh at ourselves. Absolutely, Moira. That is a very great point. Memes of Destruction agrees.
If you can't laugh at yourself, find someone else to laugh at.
Yeah, exactly. The jokes are funny because they're inappropriate. It brings levity to topics that are normally depressing and creates a positive release for people. Yeah, I mean, that's why laughter is the best medicine. You know, being able to laugh at yourself is important. Will says, Prophet Jeremy, yeah, ever since we brought lots of people from Eritrea, I don't know what that is, and other war-torn countries, our knife crime levels went through the roof. Yeah. Oh, what is Eritrea?
I think it means that's Eastern Europe. There's a lot of people from Poland and Russia and Romania and those sort of countries that have sort of emigrated over here. I've noticed it, especially in our area. There's a lot more people from Eastern European countries here, and they've also brought with them a lot of gang crime and gang violence, and I think that's contributed a lot towards it. I mean, I have noticed that since the whole Brexit thing started, a lot, especially the Polish people. And to be fair, I know a lot of Polish people. Most of them are fine, but you've just got the small minority in any group that spoil it for the majority. But a lot of them have been going back since Brexit has been announced. Yeah.
Well, Indiana Jeremy says, sorry I'm late. I was trapped in another Spike Crush trap thing.
That's exactly why he's on my cabinet.
Yeah, he's great. By the way, you have a link, Indiana Jeremy.
Yeah, get over here.
You can come in. Thanks for the entertainment content providers I enjoy. Well, you're welcome, I think.
But that's the thing. The world provides us the entertainment. We're just fortunate enough to be able to laugh at it.
We're just commentating on it.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that's about. It's an African country that is in the middle of a civil war. Okay, gotcha.
Wait, what was he talking about?
Oh, he was talking about Eritrea, the country.
The dictatorship.
Yeah. That lovely shit.
Yeah. You guys need politics? Come to me.
All right. So we are also going to start. We're going to start getting into the Star Wars topics that our friends have not been able to comment on for a while now. They've been waiting. So let's start out with what did you guys think of the Rise of Skywalker trailer? Let's start with Gandalf. You could 30 seconds, go.
Oh, bloody what the hell? Confused, lost, amazed, and then lost again.
It's like the Force Awakens, except this time it's like the Force Awakens, except this time they ripped off the Dark Empire trilogy, and they did it badly.
Yeah.
Because they rip off everything badly. That's why we're in this state in the first place.
Yeah.
I don't like it. I don't like it.
It's kind of absurd, isn't it?
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
By the way, you guys can continue. You didn't actually have 30 seconds.
Oh Christ! Oh, yeah.
Well,
I was expecting like cut off, piss off, stop talking.
oh no.
Okay, now you're 30 seconds wrong.
All right, okay, finished then. Yeah, no, I just think it. Yeah, they're pushing too much. They're pushing too much. From
All
the
right,
trailer
cool.
I saw, there's too much.
Hmm.
You know,
What exactly are they pushing? What is the too much?
laser beam.
Too much
How many
storyline.
laser beams does Star Wars have now? We
Well,
had
no.
Death Star 1, Death Star 2. We had
Skywalker.
mini laser beams coming out of Republic Star Cruisers.
We've got
The Star Killer base.
supposedly,
You know, like
supposedly,
10 shots.
supposedly, if the leaks are true, all of those Imperial Star Destroyers we saw have Death Star tech, whatever
Yeah.
that actually means.
Like the ones
Yeah, I didn't get that.
what they had on Crate in Last Jedi. Something like that, but more powerful again.
Which again, if they had that technology,
nothing adds up. That's
they-
just nothing adds up.
they've done Last Jedi again. If they've got all of that, if they can put that technology on regular Star Destroyers, why did they need Starkiller Base? Why did they need the second Death Star? It makes everything that came before pointless again.
Well, like, hold on, like, kind of what I think is, did the First Order even know about Palpatine and him being alive? Maybe they didn't even know. But it's really confusing, so no one knows.
Given that Palpatine's supposed stormtroopers or Sith troopers, whatever you want to call them, I don't really care at this point.
Oh my god.
Given that they seem to be using the First Order designs, there's obviously a link between Palpatine and the First Order.
Yeah, but like, you know, like, as I was watching like the sequel trilogy, I was thinking, oh my god, Snoke, like this brand new leader, but was he just a pawn? Like who was he? But now we don't know because he's dead.
The world may never know.
I mean,
You know, why would Disney tell us? They make no sense.
I think we all know that the only reason they brought Palpatine back was because Ryan was an idiot and killed Snoke.
Obviously.
Yeah.
They
The
were-
way
this-
Ryan Johnson did it, it was like he left The Last Jedi as if it felt like the last film in the trilogy, the way it ended. Rather
Would it
than
have
the middle
been-
film of the trilogy.
Would it have been bad if it was the last film, or would it have made it worse?
Probably would have made it worse, but it's just the way that he ended it. You know,
Yeah.
just like we've killed off the leader. They ended up with the boy with the broom, whatever it was, and like it was like the end of everything. Whereas when we had the original trilogy, you had The Empire Strikes Back. You had the cliffhanger at the end with Darth Vader's Luke's father. Spoilers, sorry, and and then it gave you into what's going to happen in the next film. But the way The Last Jedi ended, it was kind of like there were no kind of people asking questions. Well, what's going to happen with this and what's going to happen with that, and that kind of it left a kind of a void where the discussion kind of stopped from the fans. Everyone was just criticizing it 'cause it was crap.
Like the ending was really like weird because there wasn't even that many of them left, and so
Yeah,
like my
it's
thought
literally
was
there's
like,
one spaceship,
what are you
the
gonna
Millennium
do?
Falcon, and that's it. Yeah,
it's like,
and,
what are you gonna do? You have one ship, and then like 20 fighters against the First Order with thousands of Star Destroyers,
yeah,
because that makes
It-
sense.
bizarre. Yeah,
It's just,
I still
And then-
think that there should be there's a story that's so much more interesting, and it all took place before The Force Awakens. I wanted to see Kylo Ren as a pupil, and then you get to have the Jedi Temple, and you get to have Luke being a badass in an opening scene. You can have a scene with Luke, Han, and Leia again. Maybe Lando can be in there. The gang gets back together before you can't do that anymore.
Yeah,
And
It
now you
wouldn't
can't.
surprise me. It
And
wouldn't
it-
surprise me.
And you
the problem is
also
it
get
just
to
pushed
see.
it.
You also get to see. What was that?
like they pushed it like too much. Like it would have been good to see them like those characters evolve, but like how quickly they pushed all these new characters in just made it so chaotic, and so just nothing made sense by the end of the movie. Like Luke is dead, so is Han. Carrie Fisher is now unfortunately passed away. Like, what are they gonna do? They're out of ideas. That's why they're pulling Palpatine out of nowhere.
Oh, and then there's that crap as well about Leia apparently.
Who's read those leaks?
Oh.
Yeah.
I have yet to
I
talk
don't-
about
I
the
don't
Star
believe
Wars
these.
leaks,
I just
but let's go for it.
Yeah, but haven't they got Matt Smith? Isn't he playing the Emperor? I mean, why aren't they
Yes,
using?
yes.
Why aren't they using Ian, the original actor? Why
They
aren't
are.
using him? Well, I heard they're using Matt Smith
why
playing
would
the
they do that?
Emperor. So
Yeah.
why are they using him and not the original actor? He's still alive. He still looks pretty much
He
the
is
same.
being used in the film.
Well,
Is he? I'm not sure.
Is he actually?
Unless they're going to do some kind of flashback scene when he was younger and
Yeah,
using Matt Smith that way, maybe.
it
that's
wouldn't.
Didn't we already see that though?
It wouldn't surprise.
Yeah, we did see that.
It wouldn't
Yeah,
surprise
yeah. That's
me
when he was the chancellor of the.
But before that,
Republican
because he was
senator.
apparently like 70 years old at that point.
Right.
He looked
It,
like a
it
fossil.
wouldn't surprise me, honestly, if he appears as like a young Palpatine, because I am almost convinced, it's like maybe 85 to 90% convinced that they will use time travel in there at some point. So they're going to be
If they
bouncing
do,
around
I'm gonna be so pissed.
the timeline. And
No,
You're gonna have
no.
no idea how
I
pissed
still
I'll
think they're
be.
going to be using cloning technology.
Avengers Endgame was good once. Don't
Yeah.
do it again
I don't.
in a
It's just,
different.
like everything they're doing right now is confusing. I don't get where they're getting the story from. You know, they have all these characters popping up, and the story does not add up. And so that's why they're using time travel to fix it. So it's just
I heard somebody asked, like why do they go to like what's the horse planet that they're on, like with where they meet the one chick that's like new. What is it? No.
what?
No.
What?
Oh, you mean the
What?
spoilers that are out?
No, the black lady that's new. Then they ride horses, I guess. Does anyone know like the hell she is? Well, why is
Like,
she important? Why
wait,
is
like-
she? Why are they riding horses? I don't know. What is this
Oh,
planet?
Here's
Are you
an
talking about
idea.
the one like behind Finn?
Yes. Yeah.
Yes, here's
I
an
don't know her
idea.
name.
Like I was,
Maybe
my,
she's
my
Lando's
assumption
daughter.
was
Maybe.
looks like, yeah, Lando's daughter. That's what I was thinking. First thought.
Anything's possible now.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
would surprise me. That because isn't that shot? Aren't they in the Millennium Falcon? So
Yeah, yeah.
obviously we
Well,
see
there could be
Lando
another
in the
ship, I
Millennium
don't know.
Falcon as well, don't we? It's in the first sort of teaser trailer. So I wonder if maybe she's Lando's daughter. That was
Hey,
kind of
that's
That's a
probably it.
possibility.
Like, I don't understand where she would come from.
Yeah, I'm wondering how she gets how she's implemented in the story. If they could even have like any of these new characters are going to have like arcs at all, or be able to.
None of them do. Like,
Yeah,
I
like
don't know anything about Rey. What's important about her? Oh, she's a no one. What about Finn? He's a stormtrooper. Okay. What about Poe? He's a fighter. He came from like a family that had like a force tree, so that's why.
and
he's a
then
good
he
pilot.
dies
Yeah.
and comes back to life because JJ because he said, "Please, JJ," and that's it. He said, "I found a way to have you come back." He just appears. He was supposed to die. He's not supposed to.
Wait, what about Maz
I don't know.
Kanata? Like, what happened to her? Like, how did
I-
she get Luke's lightsaber?
The thing is,
How did
I
that?
don't know. Good question for another time.
But who cares now?
the thing is, I got.
Episode 9.
If
God
anyone's
knows how
seen
long it's
anything of the
been.
Rebels, anyone's seen anything of?
Hold on. Helpful Jeremy was saying something.
Oh, sorry.
Like, you gotta wonder, like, did Ryan Johnson even care? Like, when he made this movie? Like, does J.J. Abrams know what he's doing? We don't know. And so that's why I'm just really frustrated, is because you have all these different directors coming in. If you keep the same director, maybe you'll have a straightforward story. But no, change the
Consistency.
director every single story.
Well, didn't
It's
George
just-
Lucas hand them the whole trilogy outline when Disney took over, and they just basically took it and threw it in the bin?
Yeah, just
Mhm.
threw it in the fire. Didn't
You-
care. Oh no,
you-
too much Luke Skywalker.
Yeah.
Too much original characters. We need to get our woke activist characters in there.
Yeah.
No, we
Kathleen
need
Kennedy
to
tra-
have inferior characters have a spotlight
Yes.
because we need to
Yes.
diminish the old characters because our new characters suck. So
Can't-
we have to have the audience or the characters give them their blessing in a way as it carry the torch, but let's do it in a terrible way. And the second one, it wasn't horrible in the first one. No, it wasn't horrible. I understand people didn't like Han being a deadbeat dad and reverse character development. He's back to where he was. Whatever. I don't know. They might have had some. They might have gotten space divorced. I have no idea
How-
what happened. But whatever.
this, like,
but the second one, no, just no,
that's no.
no. You
And-
shit the bed.
Yeah.
But like, I just want to say something. Like, when I first saw the sequel trilogy, and I was really excited for it. I was like, oh my god, it's Star Wars, it's back. But then after a time, I kind of realized, like, okay, so what was the original trilogy about? Defeating the evil empire, and then guess what happens? A new evil empire comes up.
Oh,
Like, what was
rip
the
off,
point?
rip off. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like, seriously,
you
what
mean?
was the point of destroying
New
the
Hope
empire and
remake.
killing the emperor if he's still alive and he still has a lot of people?
It-
You know,
It
even
kind of
like
makes so.
there was I'm trying to remember. No, I don't have the book on me right now, but it had like a really good after the Return of the Jedi.
Heir to the
story.
Empire?
Yeah, I think it was something like that, but it was really good because it kind of goes into deep detail about like what happened exactly after the Return of the Jedi. That the Empire was still a thing, but they were weaker, and it was
Yeah.
just, it went in depth, and I was like, wow, this is really good. But instead of using that as a good story, they decide to say, nope, that's not canon, or that's not anything. We're going to make our own trilogy, and it didn't work. And they know it didn't work, so that's why they're trying to redo it and trying to get all these old characters in. And they know they screwed up. Everyone knows they did.
Pretty much.
Indeed. I'm going to read some of the chat. Chucky Wookie says, D23 desperately grabbed at nostalgia, but then doubled down on sequel trilogy we hate. This movie is going to be garbage. Oh, yeah, they did have like half the trailer.
Half the trailer was the original
just a
footage.
montage of all the
Yeah.
old ones.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
kind of
trying
sad.
to pull on your heartstrings on the the music and the John Williams music and trying to get you into that feel of Star Wars and before giving you the new footage. And they were heavily pulling on nostalgia to bring fans in and get them interested. I mean, it's clearly when they had that shot of Rey with the red lightsaber, that's clearly drawing people in to get people talking about it. And is it just a dream sequence? Blah blah blah.
Right.
Is it? My personal theory is that's not even Rey. That I think that's a clone. That
Oh,
Rey
because of the
what-
clone.
That's
the
what I was
clone
thinking.
theory, and there's more than one of her, and that is actually another clone that appears to, to defend the Emperor, and all of a sudden, it's like,
Yeah,
oh hell,
perhaps.
I agree with that. That's a clever theory. That's a clever theory. Because
I think
One of
that scene is that I think that's a Sith clone that looks like Rey, and probably cloned from the DNA of the Emperor. Because let's face it, you only have to change chromosomes to change gender.
That's true.
And that is a Sith Lord there to defend the Emperor, and everyone will be like, "There's two of you now.
Well,
There's a good one and an evil one."
I'll say this, right?
Oh yeah. No, Caitlin's correct. Didn't
Yeah.
they revealed this that Sith Rey was just a vision?
they?
Yes, they was described as a vision. So Darth Rey, people call her Dark Rey. I'm like,
Audio's gone.
she's not Dark Rey. It's Darth Rey. If you're gonna do that,
Yeah, but there were other.
this is why these people don't know anything.
There were other leaks
Get
that there are
that
some
right.
multiple endings, though, aren't there? That they've put this out to see what people's reactions are going to be to it, and they've actually filmed multiple endings to the episode 9 to see, where people were actually the interest is going, and they reckon even the actors don't know how it's going to end. Because
Indiana Jeremy, I
It's a Game of
disagree.
Thrones.
I disagree, Indiana Jeremy. What's worse than one Ray? Multiple Rays? No, I disagree entirely, because if you have an army of Rays, you get to see some of them killed.
Yeah, no.
Think of it that way. If you never liked the stormtroopers, you get to see a bunch of them knock their heads on the ceiling, or slip and fall, or get shot, or get blown out of a spaceship. You get to see a bunch of them die. So many stormtroopers' lives lost. So
that is one of my favourite
some
scenes in the New Hope, when he bangs his head.
But no. In all honesty, yeah. I totally disagree. Multiple Rays imply multiple Ray mutilations and deaths. You get to see an amputation in Star Wars? Oh, wow! Oh, who would have thought?
But remember, we have to
They don't
respect
do that with
women.
anybody. They just kill them. They just
I
kill the motherfuckers. They just kill them. They don't even give them a chance. They just say, like, unless you count Snoke getting cut in half. Okay, that's not exactly an amputation. That's you getting cut in half.
But here's the interesting one. He sparked when he was cut in half, like he was a robot or an android. If you actually look at the scene carefully, when he falls in half, it's like where the join was. It like all sparks and arcs, like electronics. Like he might be an android, or something
like sparkles.
Yeah.
Well,
You actually watch it.
I was under the impression, to be honest, that was actually damage to the throne rather than the
Maybe.
sort of Snoke itself. But I did want to say one thing about a clone of Rey. Two things actually. One.
By the way, a drink every time a Spartan Jeremy says, "I just have one thing to say, just one thing," or an iteration of
I
that.
have two things to say.
So drink every time he does that, because it'll happen a lot.
At least you won't have to worry about dying of thirst.
We're going out. See you later.
Fair enough.
I think personally that having a clone of Rey won't be happening because, firstly, it's too logical.
Yeah,
it makes sense, so JJ probably won't do it. And secondly, even if they did do it, again, wouldn't that be ripping off the Dark Empire trilogy? Because wasn't there a clone of Luke in that as well?
Yeah, there was. Yeah, but they
I've heard of that. Yeah.
Yeah, but
This
even
is
if you look
JJ.
at the Force Unleashed games, the main character in the Force Unleashed games
I was gonna
was
say.
a clone.
Yeah, I was going to say the problem is that Disney and JJ and Ryan and Kathleen Kennedy, they're going to make a movie now to basically fill the mess that they made with The Last Jedi.
They want to try.
They're going to make a movie, but the problem is they've done so much with other authors and directors and cartoon makers for so many things to make canon. Even the Star Wars Battlefront 2 game, the campaign, is a beginning of The Force Awakens.
Yeah.
Fantastic story, but the problem is for people who will watch, say, like Solo, and then see Darth Maul at the end, spoilers if anyone's seen it, Darth Maul at the end,
Well,
everyone
spoiled it.
Didn't he die? Hang on, he died. I saw him go down a chute, and I laughed. Now he's alive. How is he alive there? He looks good and fit. How is he there? And I had to explain. There's a series of
the Clone Wars
from Clone Wars and upwards of him in it.
And
It's ridiculous. They expect you to do your homework, to study.
Oh yeah, like we have required reading before watching the movie.
Yeah.
That just shows how stupid and like that's a sign of a bad movie because you didn't really need the Clone Wars series to understand Revenge of the Sith.
No,
you didn't need that. In fact, it would probably confuse you a bit because you'd be like, "Where's Ahsoka? Where is she?"
Yeah.
Especially because I think at the time, I don't know if the Clone Wars had introduced her yet, I'm not entirely sure when the series started. I thought
the animated series come out after the movies. I thought.
I
think it came out after the movies.
Yeah, I think so too. Because the movie was the pilot. So
yeah.
So if you had seen all the Clone Wars series, it would probably just confuse you. But here's something that I've, if I may change course a little bit. Here's an interesting thing that I've started to ponder. If you were to show Star Wars for the first time to somebody, regardless of, what you think of, either film, what would be better? Showing someone for the first time, your first introduction to Star Wars, start with this movie and then the other movie, or vice versa?
Release order.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Okay, just pure release order?
Yeah.
What about would you be opposed if somebody showed them Rogue One and then release order? What would that do?
There's no real spoilers.
What would you
in Rogue One? But
what spoilers?
there's no real spoilers in Rogue One that I think would affect you if you then before watching the rest, because if you were to watch 1, 2, and 3, and then 4, 5, and 6, you're already going to know Anakin turns into Darth Vader. So then you don't get that reveal in The Empire Strikes Back that Darth Vader.
Oh, you don't quite that. You don't quite get that.
Yes. So personally, if I was obviously when my daughter gets old enough to watch the Star Wars films, I will introduce her as in the order they were released. 4, 5, 6.
You're a good man. You're a good father. By the way, we have another Jeremy here. Jeremy Movie Phone. Jeremy Movie Phone.
To Proper Jeremy's Failure Cast. Yay! And I'm one of the most ancient Jeremys, by the way, before most of you morons. So please shut up, noob. We have a new Jeremy. Get the fuck out. All righty. Foul language. I'm joking. Press 1 for failure, and you know which number that is.
Press 1 for canceling proper. To cancel proper, press 1.
Press 2 if you think you can get 2,000 subs before the end of the year. I think we can do it. Look at that sexy hair he's got on. He can fake he's Emilio Estevez quite well. He does the same voice. So
Thank you. I'm glad to be somewhat. Oh, it looks like there is Mrs. Force Ghost Jeremy is here, rocking the Geeks and Gamers shirt. By the way, thank you, Jeremy Movie Phone, for joining us.
Sure. Some people might know who I am who've been here forever.
Yep.
Force Ghost Jeremy does. I'll try to keep it clean now.
Baby's in bed.
Hi, how you doing?
Hi. That's right. I've got your earphone in, so she can't hear me.
How's the kid doing?
She's okay. She's asleep at the moment. So she had a bit of a crying, screaming bit earlier on, but she's okay now. She's asleep.
Oh, okay. Well, if she would like to say anything in regards to what we're talking about, feel free.
I just mentioned about the whole school thing we were talking about earlier with the banning girls wearing skirts. And what was your reply?
Oh, so this is for those of you who weren't here earlier in the show, we were talking about how there was this school that had that banned skirts at school because it was a gender they wanted to promote gender
neutral day.
Oh yeah, it was lovely story. And what did you say? Like they're twats.
Yes.
Thank you, DJ D. DJ D is the only one who gave me a 2. Caitlin, however, did not correctly answer. She gave I don't know how many ones that's at least a trillion ones. It's at least a trillion right there. So that is not on the scoreboard. It does not count.
Well, it's understandable. I mean, you have tortured her for months and years.
That is very true.
She has every reason to despise you.
Oh no, she certainly does. She certainly does. Indiana Jeremy, you are banned. Of course, will.
Oh God, poor Jeremy.
It is. Oh yeah, banning skirts. That is BS. Yeah, there's a lot of that happening now. Michael Brent is here. What is up, Michael? How you doing? Spider-Man out of the MCU for good. Oh, that's something we can talk about. Oh yeah, because this does occur once a month. we don't all get together and talk about this very often. So I would just like to get everyone's quick thoughts on Spider-Man being gone, because that's a thing that happened within our hiatus. And we'll start with Jeremy Movie Phone. Let's get your thoughts on Spider-Man being gone from the MCU entirely.
I'm very
for
happy
better or
that
worse.
Sony defeated Disney. It's about time someone did it. It has nothing to do with the $2,000 in cash that Sony just paid me at all. Sony's the greatest company ever.
Not at all.
I love Sony. I love Sony.
I will say I did have a lovely time touring their studio lot. I had a very lovely time.
Nice.
I got a
Nice.
discount on an AC/DC record, and it's
nice.
they said
Nice.
anything with a Sony label on it, you can get it for for 20% off. So I got an AC/DC vinyl because it said Sony very tiny on the record. I was like, suckers! It was great. It was absolutely great.
Very cool.
Yeah, go ahead.
But no, Disney, I'm happy they took the loss. If you see what's happening with Phase 4, that's why it doesn't bother me.
Oh,
yeah. You got She-Thor, you got Captain Marvel's going to be the new Tony
Why, Mrs.
Stark.
Force Ghost Jeremy?
So,
Oh my god.
yeah, you might as well get out. Get out. It was
You
a
have
good
Shit
job.
Harrington. I mean,
don't like
Kit
Sony
Harrington.
But they
No.
were going to ruin Spider-Man
Doesn't allow movies.
when we finally have a decent Spider-Man again. No,
Yeah.
please don't waste it.
No, I mean, I do like Tom Holland though.
Yeah,
I don't want him to
exactly.
go.
Oh, he's great.
He's
a
very
great
physically
actor.
believable as the role. And now hopefully they'll get rid of that terrible, crappy MJ and get a real MJ. That's the other
Yeah.
bonus. They never quite committed to that she was MJ.
Yeah,
So, that's the
they
other
didn't.
bonus.
So,
Could
yeah,
have been-
that's I do give them credit for that, but they can't. Apparently, somewhere in their contract, they can't reference the MCU and vice versa.
Well,
They
now.
can't-
Yeah, now
Yeah.
it's definitely game over. Yep.
It's game over now. Tony Stark can't be a part of it. Can J. Jonah Jameson is fine.
They
Nick
pretty much own
Fury,
their own universe. They can do whatever they want with their
Nick
own universe.
Fury can't be a part of it. Now Spider-Man gets left alone. Like they forget that he exists.
Should be interesting what ends up happening. I still think he'll end up having a cameo. They'll pay extra and give him that, but that's the most we're ever going to see from him. Kind of like they've treated Hulk. Hulk has similar issues. where
Yeah,
they
like you
can't-
can be in
they can't do
other
a Hulk
films.
movie. Yeah, exactly. Like Hulk can't be in a movie because unless they do the movie, whoever it is, I forgot. Universal, I think. I don't remember. So I'm sure now they're going to treat Spider-Man like that's not going to be so nice. Because it's going to break their film. Apparently, they were planning to make Spider-Man a big part of it, and now they literally are forced to make it female Phase 4. It's going to be the best ever.
Yeah,
Get
seriously.
rid of all the men.
Mhm.
Oh, they
You don't need
confirmed.
men, you know.
They confirmed
We don't- we
Black.
At all. We don't need
well,
men at all.
well, no. They confirmed Black Panther 2. That has men in it.
Captain Marvel too. Is that a thing?
That has men in it.
It's true. There's a lot of men in that film.
Captain Marvel's fucking Breeze a man. What?
Here's like,
Well, allegedly.
Oh
allegedly.
No.
It might be a trap.
No.
Snacky.
I mean,
No,
listen,
not gonna do shtick, all right.
Listen, I'm not a fan of Brie Larson, but I'm not going to accuse her of being manly. No, I'm not. I'm not gonna. No, I'm not gonna go there.
You should have seen this one guy. Like, he's the most Brie Larson defender person I've ever seen on Twitter.
Oh,
like,
who is
ever.
this?
It's Mr. Positive. Be positive.
Oh
Like,
gosh.
that
Oh
is so bad.
geez.
Yeah, we've
Oh
done that for a
geez. I've
while.
heard about this person.
Yeah,
I've,
he's a dumbass.
well, that's
He
okay.
is there on the snap. Like, he is right there defending Brie Larson to the best of his ability, being the good white knight that he is. Oh my god. Such an idiot.
Indiana
Never
Jeremy
seen this
is
done that.
saying that there is a distinction between the Hulk deal and the Spider-Man deal. Very different. They can't use them at all because it's reverting back. I think it's reverting back to the previous deal where Spider-Man can't be a part of the MCU at all. The Russo brothers, can we just say they're the luckiest sons of bitches to benefit from the MCU?
Oh yeah.
They started with, didn't they start with like Captain America Civil War?
Yeah.
And they basically directed essentially an Avengers movie.
What did Winter Soldier? Winter
No,
Soldier predate the. I'll check it.
Did they do that? I don't. Well, maybe they did.
No.
I thought someone else did that. Oh wait, they might have. They probably did Winter Soldier.
They edited it.
Oh, they did. Okay, so they did Winter Soldier and then Civil War. Civil War, they were very, very lucky because they were able. Hey, we could use Spider-Man now. Like, dude, these motherfuckers must have been kids on Christmas. They're like, oh, we get to play with Spider-Man. This is amazing. But I'd like to get Force Ghost Jeremy. I'd like to get your opinion on this. I know you haven't spoken in a little bit.
Yeah, that's okay. Well, I've just pulled something up on my phone. I'll see if you can see this. So I was at a con today. Where are we? So there are these cosplayers. There we go.
Yeah.
So we had the Spider-Man, Iron Man, and Captain Marvel cosplay. Can't see it very well.
Ooh.
You get the idea. So anyway, so I was just standing there and I was just eavesdropping to people's conversations just to see what they would say. And these group of teenagers, they went, oh, it's Spider-Man, awesome. Oh, look, and there's Iron Man. And oh, yeah, that blonde one. They did not care about Captain Marvel.
Exactly.
It was like, oh,
Game
yeah.
over, Disney. Game over.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Yeah, they loved
It ended.
Yeah. And when you see all the kids walking around, you see the kids dressed up as Spider-Man. You see the kids dressed up as Captain America. You see the odd Iron Man.
Because they're good characters.
Yeah. Do
Like,
you see any kids dressed up as Ray?
Never
Do you see
in
any
1,000
kids?
years would I dress up as Captain Marvel ever?
Yeah. But the thing with Star Wars as well, because we were at this con today, I did not see one kid dressed as Ray, one kid dressed as Finn or Poe, or any of the Star Wars characters. And they had the 501st there, and like this time last year, they had the same event, and you queued round the corner to get your photographs with Stormtroopers and Darth Vader and Boba Fett and everyone else. This year, there was no queue. You just walked straight in. There was an Emperor's throne sat on that. There was a Stormtrooper there.
That's nice.
Han Solo and Carbonite. But you could just walk around. There was no queues. There was no pushing. There was no shoving. But this time last year, you couldn't hardly see through the crowds, and it just shows to me the normies, as we call them, don't care about Star Wars anymore. It's just the interest is just bottomed out completely. People just
essentially.
Well, they just make too many Star Wars.
Yeah, it's back. It's back to those days when I was in school. Star Wars, you're like a weirdo if you like Star Wars. Now we're back to that again. It got to a point where it was cool. I got back, like it was cool to like Star Wars. Now we're back. Like now it's just like, really? That's the franchise you're gonna choose? I know. It's sad, but by the way, Force Ghost Jeremy, Michael Brent asked you a question earlier. I didn't see this in the chat. He says, now that Spider-Man's out of the MCU, do you think he'll be replaced by another? He'll be replaced by another famous Marvel hero. He thinks that it's high time for Marvel to introduce either Hyperion or the Sentry.
There's obviously a gap they're going to need to fill there somewhere.
I thought they were doing Nova.
Yeah, they're obviously trying to introduce these new characters in the MCU.
Yeah.
MCU. Yeah. I like it. I like that.
It's going to be rough.
No, to be fair, other than the movies, I'm not a big comic sort of person or anything like that. I don't really follow the MCU universe that much. I'm going to guess when Spider-Man goes back with Sony, they're going to bring back characters like Doc Ock and people like that, I reckon. Are
they going to do the Raimi Spider-Man trilogy all over again? Like all those characters.
Possibly. Mm-hmm. Obviously, if you play the Spider-Man game that came out earlier in the year, that was an awesome game. I love that game.
A little bit.
It wouldn't surprise me if they go that kind of direction like they did with the game And obviously they're probably going to try and being Sony, obviously, because the game was Sony PS4 only, wasn't it? It wasn't on the Xbox or anything. I reckon they're going to try and heavily push sort of Spider-Man games along with the Spider-Man movie.
I hope so. I like that game. I'm totally up for the sequel.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, so am I. Absolutely. Indiana Jeremy's very upset about this. Sony is evil. Disney is evil. They are no good. There are no good options for Spidey. I don't know if I agree with that.
Yeah, because at least Sony allows violence. Like, you might see a beheading with Sony. There's no way you're going to see that in Disney ever.
I think it's about time that Disney grows balls, but they're well beyond that the point of no return.
Was
Bye, Caitlin.
Was Venom Sony or Marvel?
Caitlin's amazing.
Caitlin's great.
Yeah.
Was Venom Sony?
Yes.
The box.
Yeah.
They need to improve on everything. I'm not saying it's perfect either. It's amateur hour. Sony right now, they've got a lot on their plate. They've got potential lawsuits all over the place. Lots of people are going to get fired at Sony potentially, allegedly, all that fun stuff. So it's going to be interesting. They want to make more money, so they're going to play ball and at least give people what they want in America, which is violence. Lots and lots of violence. We may not get the tits and ass, but we'll get the violence.
Dang it!
We'll get something. Oh, that's a bonus, but I don't. Considering how they've been, one of the main issues that caused the situation in anime land is due to tits and ass. Yeah, I think they're going to keep going a little conservative there. Nintendo, of all places, has the most TNA. Nintendo, ladies and gentlemen. It's a very strange world we exist in.
Maybe this is for children.
I know. It's so screwed up. It's for children and for adults only.
How come? I don't understand this. I'm afraid to question it.
I can't wrap my brain around it at all. It's just...
I feel like I don't want to know the answers to why. Just simply. Oh gosh.
Usually money, sometimes politics. That's why we're dealing with it. It's going to be interesting.
Were you saying something helpful, Jeremy?
Yeah. So I was, last night I was really bored, and I turned on TV, and then I decided to watch one of the most classical battle movies I've ever seen. It's called Gettysburg.
Like,
nice. Yeah, that was nice. That was very nice.
With Broderick?
Anyone here?
Matthew Broderick?
But
with Matthew Broderick, right? Was he in it?
I think I'm trying to remember. I don't remember if he was in it, but it was. But the point is, I watched that movie and the cinematics, the effects, everything, and it was all old, but it was so well done. The story was so well done, and so you didn't really need that. And now that I think about it, if we try to make a movie like that nowadays, it's just going to be full of politics. It's going to be full of evil South, evil white men, and and that's what I realized is that we can't make movies like that anymore without some type of narrative around it.
And that's really sad. By the way, Glory was with Matthew Broderick, not Gettysburg.
You were thinking of it.
I was thinking about the Civil War, and I don't know if it focused on the Civil War part of it.
It's also the Civil War. Unless we had Civil War II, we don't remember.
No. It wasn't the same.
Civil War, the sequel.
I was trying to say it wasn't the same part of the Civil War, but you know what? It was so short. It probably was. It probably was. I don't.
I miss our talks proper, Jeremy. Fun times that.
No.
And he pulled the lethal lightning. Amazing.
That's okay. I am wrong sometimes, and I say stupid things. So no one's perfect.
Obviously.
Yes, indeed. But so real quick, before I get to the final thing that I want to do before we close everything out, we're not going to close out very soon. We still have quite a bit to talk about, but so the Mandalorian. Nobody, I don't think the Jeremys have gotten an opportunity to talk about the Mandalorian, but
not for me.
Yeah, the apparently they're going to be revealing some of the origins of the First Order in that show, and just. Well, yeah, but just in general, just generally speaking, from what you've seen from The Mandalorian, from what you've heard about it, are you excited about it? What are your overall thoughts on it? I haven't really gotten a chance to talk to you guys about it, I don't think.
Because I know on the when you went to Celebration, they showed
Mhm.
a sort of fair bit of the first episode, didn't they? Quite a big
Good
part of
3
it.
minutes, yes.
Yeah, I mean, I think I've seen sort of some footage of that on the internet, and it does feel like Star Wars. And I mean, they're obviously they didn't want to do a Boba Fett film, so they went with this instead. It would have been nice if it had been a kind of a Boba Fett origins series, but they've gone with this because the look of the character is very much the same as the Boba Fett from the holiday special. If you've seen that, the character is very, very similar looking. The armor and the weapons and everything.
Taking influence from the holiday special.
Yeah. And
let's not talk about the holiday special.
Well, that one part of the holiday special was actually good.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So if
but-
they do that, I'm fine with it.
But I can't stand it when people say, "Oh, The Last Jedi was worse than the holiday special." No, it wasn't.
No, it wasn't.
I don't remember any Chewbacca stripper action in The Last Jedi. I'm sure Ryan Johnson Roundhead wanted it, and I can't say other things because that's my show. I get to be so naughty on. But yeah, Ryan Johnson would have liked it, but I'm sure they said no, Ryan, maybe next time. Maybe next
time in your own trilogy.
Exactly, his own trilogy that may never happen.
That no one cares about.
No one ever wants to see that trilogy, Ryan. No. Oh God, no.
But back. But yeah, back to The Mandalorian. What if you continue? Sorry if I interrupted you there.
But no, I mean, obviously until we've seen it, it's all speculation at the moment. Certainly from the scenes and the clips I've watched, it looks and feels like a Star Wars film. Obviously, we're going to have to see if they start bringing any politics or anything into it.
Of course they will.
I just hope that.
Well, not with Favreau. If Favreau was actually in charge.
Yeah, I mean, we've got
Favreau doesn't put up with that crap.
We've got Favreau in charge. We've got Dave Filoni. I think hasn't he directing the first episode or something? Dave Filoni definitely is involved, and I think that gives me some confidence for what he did with the Clone Wars. And to be fair, Dave Filoni is pretty much George Lucas's apprentice, really. I mean, George Lucas
seriously
taught him everything he wanted.
He is our savior.
So that gives me some confidence, but Kathleen Kennedy's still got a hand in it, and that worries me.
She has nothing to do with that show, to my knowledge, from what I've been told behind the scenes. She happens to be an employee that happens to be that knows of the show, but she's no part of that show. Yeah. So it's all on Filoni and Favreau and Lucas. Even George Lucas is more involved than Kathleen Kennedy on that show, from what I've been told.
Yeah,
and you can see that online. She was not on set. She was not even in the area. They were like, "Go away, go play in the corner."
Yeah, and I know at Celebration, she pretty much came on and said, "And here's Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau. This is the Mandalorian," and she left.
Exactly. There's a good hint of how much control she has over that.
And she stayed the whole time for episode 9.
She is quite literally a pawn. She has no influence. She's a pawn.
Well, I don't know about that. See, when it comes to Indiana Jones, she does have a lot of influence there. We're screwed there, unfortunately.
No.
I'm so sad about it, but I hate to inform
everyone. What do you fear for more? James Bond 25 or Indiana Jones 5?
Indiana Jones.
Indiana Jones. She is heavily involved in Indiana Jones, as is her husband.
Oh no!
Yeah,
even with the rumors,
I will take her.
Bond 25 is gonna introduce the first female James Bond, the first 007 female 007.
It might be a soft insertion. It might be like Deadpool. It might be like Deadpool. They're gonna take it easy, and then we'll see what happens.
Hey, Rookie Critics here. What's up, man? How you doing?
I think
Nope, that's very true, rookie. One's trying to fight. He said depends on in what context you compare the two films. Some of the things about The Last Jedi were way worse than the holiday special, but overall the holiday special is probably worse. Yeah, okay, thank you.
Everyone knows that.
Yeah, come on. If we can't agree on that, then we're fucked. Like, see, I'm serious. Like, I'm done. I can't. If you seriously think that the holiday special is better than The Last Jedi, you're wrong. If you've seen the holiday special, it is really bad.
Yeah.
Bring
This is
back
what
Jar Jar
happens when.
Binks.
It's so
Yes.
bad the actors don't even talk about it. They don't talk about it at all
No.
because they know how bad it is.
What did Gandalf want to say?
Bring back Jar Jar Binks. It could solve a lot of problems, you know.
Yes.
Oh God, no!
Polish is the good side
Yes,
of the bad
please.
side, you know.
If the ninth film is a comedy, then they would do that.
Jar Jar's been in
You never know.
control
You
all
can never
along.
trust JJ.
Well, I'll say this: say what you will when comparing the Last Jedi to the Holiday Special, but the Holiday Special at least introduced a character we were interested in.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
The holidays.
No. Although,
But they did kind of turn it into a bit of a
Well, makes a
musical,
good
didn't
point.
they? Which was a bit pretty bad.
but, yeah, I guess it didn't do permanent damage. Fine, Will. You win with that. You win on that merit.
Canceled.
But it's still worse.
Canceled.
Nope. Mm-mm.
I will only watch Ivan Ortega's cut of The Last Jedi now. I won't watch the original.
I
version.
did watch it. It's still The Last Jedi, but he tried, and he worked on it for so long. At least give it a little bit of a watch. Watch
Yeah.
something part of
You
it.
should.
More
I mean, the
watchable,
man
definitely.
lost 10 years of his life and his soul for it. Give Ivan Ortega the credit he deserves and watch that pile of crap he made.
Yes, that's the least.
Yeah.
That's the least
I mean,
we
Ryan
can do.
Johnson made the pile of crap, not Ivan. Ivan doesn't make garbage that often.
No,
Yeah.
he just edits
I'm
garbage.
joking, Ivan.
He edits garbage movies and
makes them better. Exactly.
makes them better. That's your job.
That's what Ivan does. I wish there were more like him. Unfortunately, there is.
Robert Pearson.
We're doomed.
Oh yeah, Robert Pearson, you're a lucky SOB. Very lucky. Rookie Critic says the special gives me a headache. The Last Jedi is just annoying and more damaging. It's annoying and more damaging. But yeah, the holiday special, it gives me a headache.
I think we should do a watch along for the next council.
Yeah, you could
You think
compare
so?
and contrast, have them side by side, and you
You-
can see which one's worse.
You wanna have a watch party of the holiday special? We'll do
Yeah,
it.
why
A
not?
watch party
Oh
off.
yeah, let's do
Uh,
it.
Oh my god! The next council of
and to the-
Jeremy's
back and to the left.
back into the left.
Yes.
Oh god.
The council
God.
has voted.
Oh
Mm.
gosh. So the next
God.
time we'll be around Halloween, so
Oh, perfect timing.
it'll be in October.
It'll be a horror show for sure.
I might need some comic relief if we
The
still
Council of
haven't come out
Jeremy
yet.
presents a horror holiday watch party. I don't know. Oh gosh.
Yeah,
I'm sure
Oh.
it's on
Pretty
YouTube
good.
It's gonna be a
somewhere.
nightmare.
Yeah.
We could also finish that off with one of those Ronald McDonald specials if you
Oh God. Wow. You are
No.
trying to kill all the clones off, aren't you?
Oh.
Did Jeremy give order 69, kill them all?
Order 69, kill all of them.
Order 69.
Kill all of them with the power of love.
Oh, it's something, all right.
Which order
Yeah.
was the canceled Jeremy? I forgot. What was it again?
Have
Cancel
EBS on for that. At least one person will like. Well, I don't. That you can't ask me to do that. I don't.
Yeah.
He doesn't just go on.
Yeah,
and
we
he,
can't control that big ass blonde whale like that. I talk to him like once a day. I poke some fun at him and tickle his belly, and then we say goodbye to each other and off to other things.
Yes, Yeah.
EVS has better things to do.
Yeah, like
he has
sing and
other
dance.
things to do. He has
Yeah,
other things
play the
to
piano.
do. Yeah.
Like send me my book, fat boy.
We want Cyberfrog. It's been a year. We want it.
Exactly.
Cyberfrog.
Stop. Put the pie down and send me the goddamn book. And
That's
it's not
all
just
we
one.
want.
I bought almost 10 goddamn Cyberfrog books. I want my books already. Oh,
Yeah, that and Stealing Solo. At least Stealing Solo, I get updates on.
Mhm.
So I know there's progress being given. So that's great. Robert Pearson says you can't polish a turd, but you can roll it in glitter. He's not wrong. He's not wrong. So are there any? Are there any final thoughts on the Mandalorian? I don't know if we got to everybody on that. See like how it looks. Can this rectify your interest in Star Wars?
I think
it's gonna be okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be fine.
Good.
And give me just 1 second. I'm gonna go get something. So talk amongst yourself. Talk about.
I'm scared. I'm scared.
It's okay, darling. It's okay. It's okay.
Anything on your mind? Go for it. Maybe Star Wars. Okay. How about this?
I hope there's a sex scene in Mandalorian
with
no nudity. It's gonna be the best. No nudity sex scene.
I am watching that.
All right, be back in just a second. The Last Jedi is better than Attack of the Clones.
Oh God, no. Attack of the Clones was a B movie. Let's just say Last Jedi is worse than a B film. B movie, easily.
Oh yeah.
Oof.
Attack of the Clones didn't destroy characters we all loved.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Probably just made them
It didn't destroy corporations slowly but surely at the current pace. Oh God, this is ugly. JG better save their butts. Mandalorian really is what's going to save him even more than Episode 9. They're lucky with having the Mandalorian at least.
Good.
We've got the new series of the Clone Wars coming out as well, so that should be that might help as well. Hopefully.
Well, yeah, that's automatic. Almost, you got the same team and voices. That'll be fine. The thing that's really going to depend on whether or not Disney's little foray into streaming does well is shows like The Mandalorian need to be. It doesn't have to do as well, say Game of Thrones did or The Sopranos or something, but it has to do well. It has to be known, and people need to be talking about it.
Yeah.
So if that doesn't happen with one of its main shows, that is not good for Disney streaming.
And they haven't even.
And they have a lot of money riding on Disney streaming. Actually, it seems.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about this. It seems, from what I've been told, more than Episode 9. So it is critical that Disney streaming does well, even more than Episode 9.
I think it needs to be not so much in the fact of gritty. It just needs to have a bit of violence, like the Rogue One. It has to have something of that standard.
Yes,
I was watching Last Jedi, and I was like, I'm bored now. They've hit more flaws than most of the lightsabers and staffs that they had in that movie. They were hitting the floors, screaming, shouting, and nothing was happening. There was nicks, and there was a little bit of clip with a lightsaber. Mandalorians are filthy warriors. They used to skin some of their targets, like Wookiees. Boba Fett and that were known for skinning Wookiees. They were known, Mandalorians back in the day were skinning like most of their targets. It was quite a nasty, horrible thing to look at. But if you're going to base something in the bad world of the galaxy, you're going to want to say, oh, it's not a pretty world. It's not a fantastic. It's a little bit of darkness, but it's a good bit of thing in it. You've got to have a grit in it. You've got to have a bit of violence. And if they don't show that series is going to flop.
Yeah,
it's going to just drop.
It's kind of like
needs to be gritty.
They failed as well.
If it doesn't feel like Sons of Anarchy, at least in violence level, then it's not enough.
Yeah.
See,
I don't care if it's supposed to be family friendly, not R-rated. It needs to be almost R-rated.
Yeah,
almost R-rated. It needs to be.
I'm not overly fussed on the violence as such, but I'm not convinced that it will be good past the first 4 or 5 episodes, sort of story wise. If they can't get a decent story out of it, whatever violence they put in it to sort of please us is pointless.
It's going to be like the season 8 of Game of Thrones. It's going to be like, oh, really? That was the ending? Oh, come on. You know,
Well, they can't afford to do that because if they do that, like I said, you saw what happened to Warner Brothers and DC streaming. You'll have that. You'll have that disaster area.
But
And
it doesn't even need to be bad like season 8 of Game of Thrones, but even if it's just boring, for example, like Solo, for lack of a better example, even if it's just boring, that's not going to be enough. It needs to be good.
It needs to have a grip. It needs to have a grip of that area after the Empire. Because it is based after the Empire. But the Empire are falling. They're still there, the old contingency of the Empire. You know, they're not with the government. They're not with Coruscant and other worlds and trades. They're floating around trying to build up the last orders of the Emperor. And that's what Canon and Disney's what we've got to do our little homework to read up. But if they try and carry on of a scene, after the Return of the Jedi, so many years after, a series where I can just sit down with my child and go, look, you're going to see some things. You've seen Empire Strikes Back. You've seen Luke lose a hand. You may see it now. But, I want to sit down and enjoy it. Feel like I'm watching what I imagined as a kid playing with the figures. I imagine that's what I want. I want to see, the grit. I want to see the background battles, the fight, the tragedies, the build-up. I don't want to see, someone fire a blaster and then next scene you don't see anything and someone picks up a daisy, for Christ's sake. It's like, oh, come on. I don't want that. I don't want 19 scenes in an episode and then you're like, what the hell was that? Like Last Jedi, one scene, then another, then another, then another, then another, then another. Then it was fuel problems. Then one ship was faster than another. When it was a hunk of junk. Then another, then another, then oh, come on, for Christ's sake! I'd rather listen to Trump all day.
You don't want it to bounce around too much.
No,
you don't want to listen to that.
No.
Yeah.
Well, at that point, any other final thoughts?
Well,
I'm just why you've got glasses on.
That'll be answered shortly.
You just want in the
let's keep
Mandalorian,
going.
if someone swings a lightsaber, you don't just cut someone across the nose, you take their effing head off.
Yeah, if there's not, they're gonna need to break the rule of beheadings in this thing.
Yeah.
I know it's a rule, Disney. You don't break that rule for this show at some point, you might as well just cancel it already. It's not gonna make it.
Yeah. You need a Count Dooku scene or something like that type thing going on.
I think it looks good, but if they can't kind of what you guys were saying, if they don't add any of that stuff in and any of that violence, then it's gonna be a flop, huge flop.
Yeah, I think they've hinted at it already with the helmets having spikes through the helmets and blood all over it. So,
oh my god,
I'm expecting to keep going from there. Yeah,
there was any of you played COD World at War before? World at War, anyone?
I uninstalled it.
Oh well, it was pretty much it was a COD game made back in 2007, and it is seriously probably one of the best COD games ever made, maybe other than COD 4. And it's in World War II, and it has the most gritty story of any COD campaign ever. It's gritty, it's horrible, it's amazing though. It's got good story, and it doesn't give a crap if it offends you or not. It shows what anarchy really is.
I thought you were talking about the real-time strategy game. Sorry. No, the Call of Duty games, yes, I've liked almost all of them.
Yeah. Okay, so we're going to get to the finale of this. So for all of you lucky individuals out there, I made a promise a while ago on a benefit, on a charity live stream.
Oh, he's
On
going
that-
to do something naughty. That's right. I remember. Enjoy, Jeremy. You'll
Oh
love
yeah. Mm-hmm. So on that particular live stream, I ate not one but 2 ghost peppers,
Oh dear.
Oh, God.
Oh,
and I did that for charity. And now, I am not going to fear the Reaper.
You're
It is
insane.
time. It is
Oh,
time,
holy
and that is for all of you
Please
lucky
tell me you've got some milk or something.
bastards.
Have milk ready in the area because I don't have to
Yeah.
call 911 for you.
Yeah, you're.
'Cause I know you're okay. Good boy. Yeah.
You might not fear
Yeah.
the Reaper, but you'll definitely feel it later.
Oh,
Oh,
God, no.
I don't
Oh,
even know what's gonna happen,
All the humanity.
but
No.
Yeah.
all I know is
Come on.
that this is my thank you to each and every single one of you who are still in the chat.
I kind of wish I hadn't got him to 1,000. He's going to feel some pain.
Oh, I know. I felt a lot of pain. Hold on, I'm gonna get Pepto-Bismol.
Don't mind me, I'm just getting a
Yeah,
drink.
be completely prepared because you're going to feel a world of interesting. It's going to be very
911
interesting
at
and
the ready.
different.
For your next trick, what I
I get
suggest
it. Yeah.
for the next time, what I should suggest is what we used to do as kids is get jalapeno peppers and pour vodka over them and let them soak for a little while, then drink the vodka and try to
Oh.
down it. Try to down it in one, because if you don't down it in one, boy oh boy, you'll feel it.
Mm,
Challenge accepted.
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. All right. So, all of you, I don't know what you were talking about earlier, just a second ago. I wasn't interrupting
Your
anything,
next
was I?
challenge.
No, you're fine.
I wasn't going to say another challenge. No, this is the final one. But this is a big thank you to everybody who's gotten me to 1,000. I'm going to die.
No, you're good.
No, you.
That-
How
it's
many
no
is it? How many is
I'm
it total?
911 ready.
You don't
You
have
won't
to do
die,
it.
but you'll wish you were dead.
I'm only doing one. I'm only doing
Oh,
one.
I thought you were going to do like 8 or an entire pack of them.
Yeah.
Okay, you'll be fine.
No, I'm doing just one.
Oh,
I'm not
okay, you'll be fine. Stop being a baby and eat it already.
All right.
Go. Right, that's
Oh
crunchy.
my god. No, come on.
Loving that. What's it like?
Is it good?
Let me
Hellfire.
finish first.
Hey,
No,
hit
you
the
didn't
milk
finish
already.
it.
I'm not even joking. You should have been chucking the milk already. It really helps, dude. I'm not joking. I've done that stuff. It's interesting. Yeah, that really helps. Basic chemistry, ladies and
Oh,
gentlemen.
this is
Enjoy.
hellfire. Holy shit. Oh,
Now you'll be on the ice cream.
Yeah, there's some milk right there. It really is
Oh.
the only thing that'll save you.
woo! Oh, fuck.
It just hit him, did it? It just hit him.
Yeah.
Time delay.
Yeah, that's the fun of those things.
Uh-oh. Oh, shit. Oh, my God.
You'll be fine.
What are you seeing right now?
You
Oh.
can see the sweat from
Oh, this isn't good. Oh, God.
Well, you can still talk coherently, so you obviously haven't had enough yet.
No, don't eat
Oh.
another one, you
No,
crazy.
no, one's enough.
Oh,
How do you pull off 2?
oh
If you need,
God.
if you need to go to the bathroom, go to the bathroom. Don't. Oh God, I don't need to see this on air.
Oh, it's not. You're going to hear something, but you ain't going to see it jack shit.
Oh man.
Oh. Oh,
No.
fuck.
No. Oh my god.
Oh, my God.
Drink your fucking milk.
Keep drinking the milk slowly.
Oh,
Yeah, don't go crazy with it either, because you don't want to. Yeah,
Definitely taking one for the team there.
Jesus, did you build up to this or no over time? Because you should slowly adapt your body before doing something like this. You know, Rakieta's gonna do this, right? Rakieta Law.
Yeah.
I bet he's not going to take it as well as me.
Emojis in there.
He's been preparing himself for it over time. Yeah.
Oh, see.
The only thing that I'm worried about. Oh, fuck. I only shoot it on my left side. It's only my left side. Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you didn't get hit everywhere.
oh.
So yeah,
I'm concerned. and it goes through my body, and it like goes through it like really slowly and painfully. And I remember that. It sucked. Oh, holy fuck. Oh, Jesus Christ, what did I do to myself?
The funny part is there's even spicier than this, ladies and gentlemen.
Pepper X.
That's the sad part.
Oh,
You've done
Yeah.
Reaper
Worse
pepper.
than this
You've
thing.
done Reaper pepper curry.
I've done a Reaper peri curry. I've done a Reaper pepper curry.
Jesus
I had
God.
7 of the buggers in it, and it was only a dish like that.
Mm.
Dish
Oh,
like that. I am, yeah. And I tell you what, I was
Right.
drunk.
My stomach is
have
going to hate me for this.
Oh yeah, a little bit. So you
Oh.
slowly recover.
Oh, no. Last time it happened, it just went slowly through my body, and I felt every moment of it. It was horrible. But that was 2 ghost peppers.
Yeah. 2. I still can't believe you did 2. Unbelievable, dude.
Is that probably why?
Yeah. Like 1 is bad enough, and you're gonna feel it for hours.
They're called
Oh.
ghost peppers for a reason.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. Fuck.
Have you? Here's one you might want to try: the devil's toe.
is my audio working
Oh, yeah.
right now?
Yeah. I heard you now.
That's good fun.
Oh, man. Oh, Jesus.
Oh man,
Do you
don't
see
look
this?
good.
I'm not fucking around. I feel like I'm having a stroke. Like one half of me is just like dead. It's just, but what?
Just keep drinking.
Fuck.
Milk, quick, drink it quickly.
Apparently, bread is good for it as well.
There's some more in it.
Oh no, I can deal with the mouth pain, but it's like the stomach pain.
Oh man,
Oh,
All right, well,
I don't want to be in your house when you go.
oh Jesus.
If you
Oh,
try
wow.
it'll help.
Holy shit.
Yeah, you'll be fine, man. Just relax.
No,
I
I'm
get-
worried about after.
Oh, after is its own animal. Yeah, definitely.
Oh God. Well, my name is Proper Jeremy. This has been the Council of Jeremy's.
This is probably a bad idea for Proper Jeremy.
This is a very bad idea. I'm not going to eat another goddamn pepper ever again like this.
Yeah, don't do that. Yeah.
Now, this is the last thing I'm
Hey,
ever
guys.
going to do to try to purposely destroy my stomach.
Mm.
I'm done. All right. Bye, everyone.
hey guys.
Live
Yeah.
long and proper.
Long and prosper. Good day, ladies and gentlemen.